Hello, and welcome back to another episode on Farming Simulator 25. In last episode, we finished here in field number 1 as we started baling up the straw. So before we can advance the month forward and finish our harvest, we need to finish baling up the rest of this straw. As a matter of fact, I'm not really sure what else we need to get done before we advance. It's probably a good idea to take a quick look at our productions and see if anything else needs to be done. Well, it looks like our greenhouses could definitely use some water. They're not that low, so it shouldn't take too long to refill them. Let's see how the sawmills are doing. The large sawmill seems to be doing well. It's filled up, so it's doing really well. The small one could definitely use some wood, but it doesn't really need to be done now. We can always do that at a later time. Alright, so let's go ahead and finish this up. I'll do it on a time lapse, and I'll see you guys when I'm done. Welcome back. We just finished baling up the straw in this field, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to park my tractor and baler here, because after we advance the month and harvest the wheat field in front of us, we will need it here anyway. Before we advance the month, I want to go ahead and fill up the greenhouses with water. So let's do that really quick. With our new water barrel, this really shouldn't take too long. You know, I'm glad that I always fill the barrel before I park it. It just makes filling up this first greenhouse so much faster. I had to move the lettuce off to the side there. As a matter of fact, let's check to see when the best time to sell lettuce is. Looks like it's in January. I guess that means we're going to have a lot more lettuce before it's time to sell. With this barrel being so long, I think I'm going to go ahead and loop around the house so we can go ahead and refill it a little bit easier. I wish the driveway and the parking area here wasn't quite so rough. It'd be nice if it was a little bit smoother, and I've tried to make it smoother, but unfortunately I really just can't. I'll do a quick jump cut until we're done filling the water barrel back up. Alright, all that's left to do now is fill up our second greenhouse, and we'll get that done in just a little bit as well. Oh, how interesting. It looks like it's automatically filling itself from the barrel. I didn't even press anything. I wonder if I go out of range, whether it will stay to like automatically filling itself again. Well, let's check it out real quick. Yeah, it looks like it's still filling itself. I don't have to press anything. That's pretty cool. I'm not going to complain. It makes it easier for me. Let's double check and see if everything's filled up. Let's go to productions. Greenhouse 1 is filled. Greenhouse 2 is filled. Mushroom greenhouse is filled as well. And the rice sapling is fine. If I didn't park those lettuce pallets there, I could have just made a quick U-turn and gotten out of here. Instead, I'm going to have to back up this huge tanker. which I guess is good. I gotta get used to driving it anyway. Alright, let's go back around the house again and get the tanker filled up so we can park it. I really do need to stop coming out of my farm at speed onto the road. It seems like every time I come out of my yard there, I almost hit a car, which would be really bad in real life. I guess I need to work on my farm equipment safety. Maybe they have a class for that or something. Alright, let's go ahead and leave this parked right here. And while that's filling up, let's go ahead and hop over to the house and advance the month forward into August. Alright, it's August. I see that we have some nice weather now, but it looks like we can expect either hail or rain later today. I'm not really sure which, but I think it might be hail. Well, either way, we got a lot of harvesting to do, so let's get it done as quickly as we can. I'm going to go ahead and hop into the Iseki rice harvester, and I'm going to set it up on an AI worker so that they can do this very first field. While that's happening, I'm going to go ahead and hop into our combine, and I'll start harvesting our wheat field. I'll go ahead and do all of that on a time lapse. So I'll see you when we're done. Welcome back. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and place this wheat in the silo and see if we have enough left over for a chicken coop. But I kind of want to hold on to it for a little bit and see if we're going to burn through the rest of our grain in the grain mill. If I feel like we don't have enough grain to create enough flour, we'll use this wheat as well. But if it looks like we have quite a bit, then maybe we'll get a chicken coop, but we'll see. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and grab the rest of the wheat from the combine. After I drop it off, I'll bring the combine up here to prepare it for the next field as well. And I'll do that in a really fast time lapse, so you don't have to see me drive around. to our rice harvester and go ahead and move it to the next field. But before I do that, I think I'm going to need to clean up the edge here where the AI worker just wasn't able to get. Which I don't really understand, because when the game first came out, the AI worker wasn't missing anything along the edge. They were able to get everything. But it seems now that they do miss a lot along the edge, and I'm not sure if it's because I placed productions kind of close to the field, or if it's just after an update the AI worker doesn't, get as close to the edge as they used to go. I don't know. I'm not sure. Either way, I guess it doesn't really matter, since the AI worker does pretty much get almost all of the field, and it doesn't take long for me to pick up these little missing pieces here and there. I think this is the end of it, or all that's left. So after I grab this, I can go ahead and empty out this harvester and move it to the next field. Alright, let's go ahead and empty out the harvester. This little lizard dragon truck here that we started the game with is almost the perfect vehicle for these rice harvests. It's pretty maneuverable, it's easy to get onto the fields, and so far I don't think that I've overfilled this truck up. I think every single time I've been just a little bit under its max capacity. But then again, I'm also not getting 100% yield in these rice paddies. I'm not really sure what I can do to improve the yield. It might be something as simple as liming the fields, which I guess I'll try next time and see if that does help. If I was able to get 100% yield, I don't think the truck would be able to do it all in one load. Alright, let's hop over into our combine and let's get it going into the wheat field. I think what I'll do is I'll put the combine onto a worker and then I'll do the rice paddy myself. Let's start the combine up and move into the wheat field. I've learned my lesson. I try not to drive into it now and damage it anymore. Oh, it looks like we still have the GPS up, so let's switch that over to the AI worker and get them going on it. Let's make sure the AI worker actually starts. I guess he wasn't happy, or they weren't happy with how I approached the field. Oh, alright, it's going, so it looks like it's going to be good. Well, let's swap over to the Iseki rice harvester now, and we can start doing our own field. Alright, let's go ahead and get started on this rice paddy here. I need to... oh, hold on a second. It looks like I need to swap over to the GPS. There we go. Or steering assist, as the game calls it. And I'm going to go ahead and do this as a time-lapse. I really feel there's going to be a lot of time-lapses this video, but I don't know of any other way to condense the 2.5-3 hours it's going to take to do all the harvesting. So I apologize, but it's just the only way to get it done. I'll see you in a little bit. So apparently there's a little rock along the road next to that sign there that the AI worker was stuck on. I went ahead, hopped in, took the AI worker off the job, and went ahead and moved around it, and then put the AI worker back on it. And here we are watching the AI worker do... I'm not really sure what they're doing. They seem to be confused? Lost? I don't know. But I think I've had about enough of this. Oh wait, maybe he'll correct himself and go up there? Let's see. No, I guess not. Crop circles maybe. You know what? I think I'll just keep the AI worker off of this job, and I'll have to do it myself when I'm done with the rice field. But I thought that was rather interesting. The second I hopped in and broke its normal pattern, it couldn't go back to it. Alright, let's go ahead and hop back into our Iseki rice harvester. And I'm going to go ahead and finish this field myself, and when I'm done, I'll move the harvester into the next field and have an AI worker do it, and then I'll finish the wheat field myself. So back to our regularly scheduled time lapse. Welcome back. Well, we have finally finished all of our harvesting for the year. All that's left now is to go ahead and deposit our rice into our granary and then process that rice into rice flour. Once that's done, we'll go ahead and move the rice flour to our bakery and turn that into some more bread. Alright, let's tip this rice into the trigger, and then we need to go collect what is left over from the rice in the harvester. You know, this is the first time that we filled up this truck from one harvest. That's pretty exciting. On top of that, we're still not even close to 100% yield, so if I can boost that, I don't even know how much more I'll get. Well, 5 liters isn't exactly a lot extra, but it is the first time we've filled up this truck completely, so I'll take what I can get. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and park all the equipment back in its place, and I'll do that as a jump cut, so I'll see you when we're done. Welcome back! Everything is parked in its place, and I'm thinking about expanding this area during the downtime in winter. We've gone ahead and finished mulching this field, so I think it's time to move the AI worker down into the field just below this one. I'm actually pretty pleased with this little mulcher because you can just throw it on and let the AI worker do what he needs to do. Alright, let's take a quick look at this grass field and see how it's doing. You know, it seems like it's growing a lot taller than it was last month. So I don't know if this is the second growth stage of possibly 3, or if it's the last. But I guess we'll find out. I'll leave it for one more month and hope that it grows a little bit more. Well, we definitely have some straw to bale up, both in this field and the one by our farm. I'm pretty sure our bakery is out of flour. Let's double check that really quick. Yes, it is. It's completely out. So we'll need to bring some flour to the bakery as well. Since we already have some bales down here, it's probably better to go ahead and bale up this field and then drop the baler up by the next field before we hook up to the trailer and start shuffling some flour to the bakery. I'm going to go ahead and do all of that as a time lapse, and I'll meet you back right before we get to the bakery.
Well, you probably noticed how I crashed my brand new truck and trailer
I want to say minutes after I got it, but it took me a while to load up all this flour onto it. That was kind of heartbreaking. Well, here we are at the bakery. Let's go ahead and pull into the spot and drop off all this flour. I'm definitely going to have to get used to driving this truck with a big trailer behind it. Let's let this person walk by real quick, and then we can go ahead and move into the trigger. Excellent. Alright, let's go ahead and remove the straps. Well, hopefully that will keep the bakery busy until I can bring back some more flour in the following month. 16,000 liters isn't too bad. You know what? Let's see if we have any pallets of bread made. Hey, we do. Very nice. They're looking good. Alright, I think this is a pretty good spot to end the video, so let's take a quick look at our finances. Let's go ahead and get to that finance page and see how we did for the month of July. Well, July was pretty good. We didn't spend any money on vehicles. We did spend $150,000 on the bakery, but that's well worth it. We spent $265 on property maintenance and $402 on production cost. Not bad. We went ahead and made $28,000 or a little bit over it from selling those silage bales, which is nice. We also made a little bit over $400 from selling rice saplings in the background. Not bad. I'll take that every month. We also spent just a little over $200 on AI workers in July. July ended up being a pretty good month, and August should be even better. Well, everybody, thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Have a great day.